Alrighty. Chat, are you ready? An incorrect summary of Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Sins and Shadows. Ooh. Oh, I'm getting chills. Alright. Chat, get your popcorn. Zoomer time. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree is the newest and greatest installment in a series that I can only describe as the refined man's flagellation, recognized and infamous for having such straightforward story and gameplay that there are literally hundreds of YouTubers whose job it is to explain the things that happen in it. Now, suffice it to say, I'm going to be doing a lot of that today, but I can assure you, the accuracy of my statements are generally described as highly questionable at best, as I'm currently being hunted in 39 kingdoms for crimes against information, taking place inside the brand new realm of Shadow, where the developers accidentally created an entire new game of content and pretended it was DLC. This novel expansion promises to deliver a whole new world of masochism and internal injury, all the while providing a generous serving of beautiful and breathtaking vistas at approximately the same rate as it scares the blood outside of your body.
So good,
and
man.
you would be very surprised just how much one man can bleed. To explore this contrasting land of putrid possibilities, we play as the Tarnished, one of many horrifying insults to God who primarily fight their enemies by drinking a soda that sends your bones into attack mode. Finally sent to the land of Shadow upon hearing the news that Maag, Lord of Blood, has beaten the allegations. And
I still can't believe that a lot of people got hard-rolled on Maag when they found out that they have to beat it, man. There were so many Twitter posts that talked about how they couldn't beat it.
Wishes to sue this blonde twink for defamation of character. All throughout the lands between, our enemies crave the sweet, merciful embrace of death, and for the delicious taste of finely crafted steel. This is the story of one such Tarnished who chose to heed their harrowing call, to challenge the authority of the very gods themselves, and to pursue the all-powerful Elden Ring.
Elden Ping. I love this, man. How long do you think it took him to render that? Probably all day. Cinema. Cheddar. It's beautiful.
Miquella the Kind spoke of many things. That the birth of a god oft requires sacrifice.
Is that who I think it is?
And for each light that dawns, a shadow is cast in kind. Thus
I was about to say that's Cotton.
did he depart to the place cloaked eternal in twilight, in search of his birthright, his
Just such a nice voice.
godhood.
Yes.
And now from you, I request something similar. To find the path sanctified by Miquella's stride. To venture with us to the lands of Shadow.
What the fuck are you talking about?
A land whose wonders shall never be put to song. Doomed to be forgotten evermore.
Wow,
Where the remnants of an ancient war suffer even still. The indignities of defeat. And the abandonment of victory. The land under the wings of the dreadnought. In the gaze of the beasts.
It's the beast.
Once divine.
The dancing beast.
And cloaked eternally in the ashes of Messmer's flame.
Messmer's.
All to follow in the footsteps of kindly Miquella. Across all corners it may lead.
Wow,
to
dude.
complete his journey. To witness his ascension. Go now. Touch the withered arm. And journey to the land forgotten. I will not be far behind. May we meet again.
Why has he got his butt out? Cinema. Dragon! We're really going in order, huh?
So after being banished to the literal Shadow Realm, we take our first steps into the
Yeesh.
Spirit Grave Plains, the beautiful and majestic site of a cataclysmic ancient war. Or more accurately, a cataclysmic ancient genocide. You see, I can use my inductive reasoning skills to deduce that, people died here. And we are going to be adding to that total now. So this is the first enemy in the DLC, and a great choice for beginners. I really like the part where he just never stops pursuing you.
Greetings, Tarnished One. Your presence here is fortuitous, for I bear a burdensome quest of grave import, should you be willing to
fuck, wait a
undertake
second.
it.
Okay, so I have
Find the
greatly
source
misinterpreted his aggro range. This guy is really interested in hearing the lore. Okay, motherfucker, I'm gonna take you out. It's not looking good. Now, seeing as my physical safety is currently an open question, we have to equip ourselves with brand new threads every single time I walk into a new place. Yes, I am going to keep the jar on during sex. It comforts me. And by hunting a homeless man to death in the woods where no one will hear me scream. This enables us to explore and investigate all kinds of new and amazing structures that distinctly alter how and where the game is going to kill you, as well as shaping our interactions with the various local wildlife.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to be eaten alive.
We've got hot dogs. Every second of his life is spent in torment. Fucking Big Bird, apparently. What? I feel like
I do really have to appreciate that even though the enemies are a little bit recycled, they're still distinguished enough to... it's not annoying where you're like, oh, it's just the same thing again.
I'm fighting a fucking Twitch emote. And of course the Dread Army of Eternal Pursuit. Thus the Covenant of Fate is bound and your doom inexorable. This shit is lagging my game a lot. He is the lag monster. Yes, he is the lag monster.
His main attack is heating up your CPU.
My computer thanks me for rendering this every day. Wandering erratically in a given direction, we promptly take shelter in a random cave, only to realize that that was a horrible mistake, and that this is no random cave. Oh god. Oh god. What the fuck is that thing? Okay, so I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. The jars are people. We've been killing people this entire time. Probably babies too. You can never unlearn this information, and honestly,
it's like abortion.
I would fucking do it again. Like my brother in Christ, you firebombed Renala's preschool. Do you think anything is going to faze me at this point? See, kids, this is what happens to your body when you smoke pot. I cast Deathlight at myself. Oh, please, not the jar. Anything but the jar.
Man, there's so many anime figurines that can liken this scene, huh?
I don't think you know the implications of that one, Elden Ring. Miyazaki's into some freaky shit. Exiting the confines of the Cobalt Mines with the status of the extremely cracked out monkey boss still in debate, for the Simian race knows not the authority of God's light. We make our way far to the west, venturing beyond the border of the grassland, before setting foot upon the majestic steppes of Belleroth, scorched city of umbral secrets, cursed camp of forgotten grace, and first legacy dungeon of the DLC.
That's awesome.
Which unfortunately means that this is the easiest dungeon of the DLC. Please keep that in mind when you're fighting the giant scorpions. As a revered guest of this troublesome town, it's up to us to investigate exactly what happened to Belleroth and why it was incredibly funny. Following in the footsteps of Mikolai as he gets lost for the next 40 minutes and accidentally ends up inside the sewer system, Miyazaki designs my favorite Indian burial grounds.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Green Giant was never the same after he visited Chernobyl.
Getting back to the site of grace in a very green fashion, we decide to visit my grandma because she is old and has dementia.
Oh!
Who are you? What are your kind doing here?
I'm your grandson, silly.
Burnt, Belleroth! Burnt it all until naught remains but
Tarnished to death!
1,000 curses upon your kin! 1,000 curses!
Oh, you're so funny, Grandma. I'll be seeing you later then.
Bye, Grandma! Nah, I hate love these birds.
That's a lot of spiders.
These are scorpions, Reese. They're geniuses.
No, stop! Dude, Kyle, don't move.
Okay. Oh, thanks for telling me not to move. There was a spider. There was a scorpion jump scare.
That's a scorpion, yeah.
That's a good clip right there.
Okay, so this enemy just doesn't fuck around. He's got a moveset that's pretty fast. Not really sure how you're supposed to deal with that, but okay. Hey guys, can you come over here for a sec? I think I found a secret. Oh, fuck! I love the vomit pit. I'm such a big fan of the vomit pit.
I love going to Chucky.
I'm a big fan of these flies that just suckle on your face and inject you with babies. Some people are into that shit.
Jeez, I love the vomit pit filled with full.
I love that.
Oh, cool! It's the severed hand weapon. Nothing touches the heart faster. I say as I rip open your chest cavity. That guy's got a fucked up name, by the way. We gotta put this guy. We gotta put this guy out of his misery. We just gotta fucking kill this guy. Yeah, just fuck him up with hammers.
The bugs, they must be killed. Oh, here we go, big boy! The big man himself.
Oh, horned beast from higher sphere delivered. Awake, O terror, by the gods' decree endeavored. Purge the filth with thy wrath and fury rendered.
This is the first wall, chat. The first wall.
Dance and cafford, cleanse all thou may. Their bones, their flesh are thine to flay. Thou hast trespassed for the final time.
Does this boss have grippers? Yes, they do.
So she does remember.
Dancing lion.
Welcome everyone to the first major boss of the DLC, Divine Beast Dancing Lion, who is not an actual lion, but are in fact two very coordinated people inside of a big suit, presumably so they can sneak into a movie theater.
Somebody is like grabbing him with the.
I thought it was supposed to be like, like when the Chinese New Year happens and there's that dragon and they have to like commandeer it. I thought that was the whole point. Yeah, lion dancing.
Physics gun attached a couple thrusters to him.
Yeah.
Dancing Lion is the perfect introduction to this game's DLC bosses, both functioning as a difficult challenge for the player and also as a massive warning sign, because this shit is not going to get any easier for you. I am having difficulties killing Mr. Beast. Perhaps he should make real videos like mine. Starting out the fight in Phase 1, the Divine Beast is actually a very manageable foe, offering us a pretty decent hurdle in terms of timing and aggression, but a less decent hurdle when it comes to his incredibly funny cameramancy. This, however, is merely a glimpse into what fearsome and frightening assaults lie just around the corner. And after a brief yet exhilarating bout, Divine Beast finally enters Phase 2 by channeling the power of
He's a great sword, Giga Chat.
Entire atmosphere, gaining access to 3 related yet distinct elemental phases. Each one.
Dude, the first fucking phase, I was like, okay, so he's like a dancing fucking ice lion, and then it changes into the lightning. Dude, that was so cool.
An absolute wrecking ball to both my health bar and this video's bit rate. With the lightning phase adding a great deal of range and aftershocks, the frost phase adding big stumps and punishing damage, and the storm phase adding in 50 tornado sirens. Jesus Christ, I'm fighting the fucking Avatar. Going from an ostensibly straightforward battle to a ruthlessly engaging and unpredictable gauntlet. Switching between all manner of elements to keep you on your toes while giving you precious few moments to breathe or reciprocate. because by the time you've gotten used to an element, he is already switching to the next one, greatly compounding even further into the fight when the Divine Beast shifts into a medley of every element back to back, forcing you to flee in abject terror, while the boss channels the power of the 4 elements. And number 2 will shock you. So despite and because of this chaos, Divine Beast's Dancing Lion is an absolutely peak fight, balancing out explosive violence with a myriad of openings, each one gated by the guesses and gambles that you are willing to take. And I just so happen to be very bad at the casino.
Such a good fight. For the first fight, it was so good. Definitely. Very cinematic. When he eats you, it's funny too. Legend Sling. Cinema.
So after defeating our enthusiastic celebration of Chinese New Year, we ascend to the very peak of Bellerot's Twisted Tower, bathed in the stunning presence of the Shadow Tree, climbing with bated breath its sweeping stairs before finally reaching the mailbox. How did you get a letter up here?
Tarnished. I hope this letter reaches thee unscathed, for it would be treacherous if that weird lion downstairs woke up. Beyond the tower sealed by shadow lies a place known as the Gates of Divinity. Surely, this is the ultimate goal of kindly Miquella. And thus, if we are united in common cause, it is there that we must head.
I don't know you.
Follow the crosses of Miquella East to the grim castle of Ensis, and beyond there to the Shadow Keep. Surely, it is there that our answers lie. I await an audience with thee, should fate follow thy arrival.
She's
Love
so
you,
hot.
Pookie Bear.
So after entering the Mushroom Kingdom and receiving a letter from Bowser, we decide to take a break from our DLC duties by pushing the character creator to its absolute limits beyond the boundaries of God and man. He's just so beautiful, like a sunrise over the crashing waves. Because, as it turns out, my sponsor GamerSupps, wandering merchant of the energy drinks, literally allows me to slander them by creating funny builds and characters based on each of their terrifying flavors. And ever since then, have been begging me to stop. So if you want to know more about how to get energy delivered at a low price, this might not be the right video.
We know
okay, so the first thing on our list is going to be, lean, which definitely does not depict President Joe Biden on it.
Chat, they received a cease and desist and they have to change it because Joe Biden's like actual, what is it called? Like the Secret Service or whatever it was, they sent them a letter to stop. This is not a joke. Like, he's not joking. That's actually what they did.
Because if they did, they would receive an actual cease and desist letter from the Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, Homeland Security.
It would be really bad if that hypothetically happened. Raw meat. Going to be a bit of a big boy today. Has a lot of meat inside of him. I'm taking that to the extreme, by the way. This man has no room for bones. AFK sleep support. Going to be using an arcane sleep build. He doesn't actually do any damage because of his
I mean, jokes aside, this stuff actually put me to sleep when I first tried it. I knocked myself the fuck out.
Of negative side effects. Not really sure what you're supposed to do with this one, honestly. The official Max0r cup, who is unfortunately invisible because you do not know what it looks like yet. Stay tuned for updates on this guy. And last but not least, we have code Max0r with a 0 for 10% off GamerSupps purchases, who has a lot of stamina because he is just so healthy. You can find him inside the description of the video. Just please do not tell GamerSupps that I'm making this. It's going to be our little secret from now on.
I won't tell him.
Moving on across the Great Bridge to the Grand Castle of Ensis, we immediately get distracted with random caves because this game has content again. Can I just blow up the fucking... You know the item is going to be good when it's placed next to 20 explosives. So we make our way over to the scariest location in the entire game, featuring a wide variety of hilarious jump scares and funny skeleton boss fights. What the fuck kind of crack they got in the Paris catacombs? You know the item is going to be good when it's placed next to the giant bloodstain. Okay, look, I get this game is supposed to be hard, but I can't iframe the ceiling. So after spending 35 hours in the ball-crushing facility, we decide to head south to one of Elden Ring's characteristic, extremely high thermostat dungeons, where the boiling magma can best be described as a minor inconvenience. Me enjoying the coolest summer for the rest of my life.
You're supposed to jump backwards, you ding dong! I learned that in my first playthrough. Doing the backwards hop.
Yeah, lava in Elden Ring is just like not a big deal apparently. The water's fine, guys. I don't know what you're complaining about. What?
Vile Bale!
Is this homeless man okay?
My contempt for you is nigh but poetic, like that of the great American novel, Moby Dick!
Do you need a hospital?
Just you wait, for I, Egon, will be progressing just south of this very
Oh, thanks for the directions, man. Following in the footsteps of the nearest homeless man, we blindly and uncritically follow his directions straight into 4 hours of hidden content. This is going to be a theme in the future, including his directions that tell us to jump directly into a bottomless pit.
Oh yeah!
That is false advertising. Egon gave me some crazy fucking enemies.
Yeah, sure.
It was around this time that the game began subtly suggesting to me that I may wish to come back at a later time.
You need
And
to
I
get
chose
more.
to ignore it. Oh. Oh, this isn't a good place to be. Welcome back, Kaled. We missed you. It's almost as if the game was specifically trying to prevent me from getting here. I just can't get over the fucking... It looks like a joke. Welcome back, Godskin Noble. We missed you. We got some crazy lore implications right here. Really can't wait for the VOD video on this one. Oh. Is he okay? Does he need a fucking aspirin?
Tarnished one.
Hi.
Do you hunger for the soul of a dragon?
It's a
for
family
communion with
dragon.
the beating heart of a beast.
Those are kind of expensive, lady.
Then, in exchange
like
for
a
your
femboy
soul
chat.
offered to the Drake Flame,
Waifu.
I will offer you power far beyond what you can imagine, greater than even the...
What are you doing?
Are you listening to me?
What?
What?
Never mind, fuck it.
Girls implying that she actually had to ask. Heading on further over the dragon's extremely detailed feat. This is Miyazaki's vision, guys. You can't make fun of it. We are
Oh my
greeted by
God,
the
look at
beautiful
those
and
fucking
enthralling
feet, man.
landscape of the southern coast. Realm of contrasting colors and majestic saffron shores.
Oh my god.
Except the landscape here isn't actually yellow. I'm just fucking with you. Filling our hearts with a profound sense of astonishment and amazement.
Wow.
Holy shit, what is this? Oh, there's a blue area. Oh my god, it's fucking too far. This is a really beautiful place to...
This game kind of probably sucks if you're colorblind. This part specifically.
I can't wait to see what amazing enemies live in this Oh god, not you again. This is the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. We need to leave. Welcome to the Southern Coast, a land comprised of many distinct areas, each with their own unique and stunning color schemes, including but not limited to the Crimson Countryside, the Azure Abode, the Funny Finger Family, and of course the secret
Very
green
original.
area that no one will tell you about. This one is a Max0r video exclusive. Moving on through the red part of the map while ignoring the various color combinations, we decide to take shelter in the local torture dungeon where we can find the undisputed best item in the entire game.
3.
The ability to scream. We did this for like 10 minutes.
Just do what I do when I have problems.
Oh, okay, so this is this is the boss? Oh no.
Oh, he's
I am
easy.
really intimidated right now. This man's got
he's
no
easy.
confidence.
Come on, if you struggle with this, literally, like, stop. That's an easy
Now,
boss.
out of
I know
every
that for
horrifying
sure.
area that we've seen in this game, the Southern Coast
Just attack
definitely
the
takes the cake in
illusions.
terms of visual splendor, consistently capturing the player's imagination and attention to the detriment of everything else. There are so many beautiful things to see around here, and the only thing that could make it better was if all of them didn't want to kill me. Usually with a very intense immediacy. It's a monkey. You fucking, you okay, man? You look kinda, I appear to have made a friend.
Dude, he's up his butt! Yeah, get that
So after
giant.
engaging in a great deal of monkey business, we ride to the east of the Cerulean Coast, past the glowing cross where Mikola abandoned his foreskin or something. I don't know, I'm not a lore expert.
What?
And pacing along the beach with a suspicious amount of fingers before finally reaching our mysterious destination. And
Finger
immediately
ruins.
wanting to go
That's a
back.
finger
I am
ruins.
okay with allowing it to remain mysterious.
Holy. Jesus Christ. What is all
There's
this?
not a fingers.
It's the Finger family. We found the Finger family, dude.
What?
These are the Finger Ruins, where Miyazaki, uncontent with his weird foot fetish, has decided to move on to the next best thing. And even more disturbing than that, these ruins are exclusively occupied by the funny suckmen, who I spent 40 minutes getting
The
sucked by
penis men.
because this area is just so difficult. Oh my god! What the fuck are you? That is not
like Elden beasts, but like
I'm just
little
going
minions.
to forget this place ever existed. Committing to the bit has led me to places that I would not go with a gun. Heading on over to the southernmost edge of the Cerulean Coast, or hypothetically, some other cover, we encounter this mysterious giant hole, which, upon further investigation, goes into the ground.
It goes into your mom.
Why is his scream so lifelike? And after a considerable fault in navigation, we descend further into the arcane abyss before finally revealing the secrets within. Fissure Depths, domain of remarkable revelations and sleepy subterfuge, full of enemies that want nothing more than to give us a nice nap for the rest of our lives, as well as the immortal footprints of the Empyrean Mikola forever inscribed on this
Mikola's
enduring
cock
cross.
cheese? What the hell?
I abandon here my love. Yeah, Mikola, I've been there too. I wish I could throw Stephanie into a giant pit. Okay, actually though, that is genuinely concerning. Like, can I have it? This is the EP zone. You can tell because of how relaxing it is, especially when it comes to the giant slug ASMR. This is just genuinely unpleasant to hear. But you know what isn't relaxing? Literally everything else. I am here significantly before I'm supposed to be. Heading further into the mangled mausoleum, we uncover a new weapon with a new status effect called Eternal Sleep, which, in my personal experience, can be applied to most weapons. So after experimenting with a lot of opiates at the hands of the local drug dealers, we encounter a sedated sorority of animals, engaged together in a sleepover so good that they will never wake up again. And I'm gonna say what nobody else is willing to say. America has a fentanyl crisis. Is your first fucking instinct just to kill all the sleeping animals, dude? Like,
if I can target it, it needs to die.
Blindly accepting the advice of the last guy who died trying, we jump directly into the gaping abyss with absolutely no regard for the consequences.
Who's farmer with the weapon? Two runes.
Is he okay? Eventually leading us to the foundation of the Fissure Depths,
Forget what it's
and
called.
in turn, the putrescent night.
You know the one that's off the last
Welcome
boss?
back, Tree Sentinel.
Okay, what's his
We
name?
missed you. This boss is pretty hilarious, not because he holds his attacks until the heat death of the universe, although he does do that, but rather being a literal skeleton riding his
Holy
own
shit.
skin, Putrescent Knight has a habit of moving away from you during his only attack windows. And also
Yeah.
is fucking horrifying. No matter what I do, I just cannot
Classic.
seem to hit him. In the same way that I just cannot seem to interpret what I'm currently looking at. This is what happens to your horse when he survives the glue factory. Like, bro, that is not
He's
okay.
pissed at
Mom
you.
said it's my turn to do the attack combos. Overall, Putrescent Knight
For me, I feel like Mikola's kind of like that. There's just so little times to attack her.
truly
so
represents
fast.
the Southern Coast, both in terms
That's
of its
my
intrinsic
opinion.
beauty and its congenital terror, especially considering the fact that you aren't supposed to go here yet, and the game spent at least 2 hours trying to tell me that.
Millennia,
This is all to
sorry,
say
millennia.
that I have dug my grave far too deep to climb out now, and the irony of this setting is not lost on me.
Slain. This is so good, dude.
Tarnished, do you grow weary of this life? Longing to shelter from suffering with eternal sleep?
You know, honestly, I wasn't before, but then I looked at you.
Bye.
Oh my god.
Polished in my juicy
It's like a
nectar,
flower.
in the velvet embrace of Saint Trina, you will lie at peace.
He's good.
Forever.
He can't handle it. The lead is too strong. Oh, he's fine.
That just kills you. I guess it was just all a dream. What a lovely NPC, honestly. So after unfortunately suffering an overdose at the hands of the local drug dealers, we decide to head instead to the craggy landscape of the Jagged Peak, which is in fact where I was supposed to go in the first place. A sinister and looming feature of the landscape visible from almost every location. Rumored dwelling of forces most malicious, and home to the funniest wildlife thus seen in the lands between. With our first example being the Jagged Peak Drake, which despite being a fairly rudimentary fight that we have done 15 times already, implies the existence of a Jagged Peak Josh. I'm just gonna not play this one, honestly. Riding further east along this mountain's broken bluffs and sharp stones, we navigate this dismal and desolate terrain, wondering what stunning content lies just ahead. Only to find 2 more of the exact same dragon, prompting me to immediately terminate my playthrough.
I think I personally extremely dislike fighting dragons just because of all the camera movement and locking on you have to do. That's just me. I'm bad, but to me, dragons are not fun to fight.
Jagged Peak Drake again. And he's
Cool.
fighting Jagged Peak Josh.
It's not fun to fight.
At least I don't have to play the game now. It's almost as if the game was specifically trying to prevent me from getting here. God damn it, not this guy again.
Oh no.
In my unyielding state of rage, you've made me forget the name of the whale in that book.
It's called Moby Dick.
Damn you, Bale! Damn you, Drake Warrior. Mighty Drake Warrior.
I prefer Kendrick personally.
Upon the top of this rotten peak lies a dragon most foul. A dragon who has thus confounded me.
It is Moby Dick.
Bale! Rotten, vile, damnable Bale!
Dude, this voice acting goes so hard.
Mountain. Slay, Bale, slay him with me, and feast on his heart.
You know what? I'm just not gonna tell you now. So after listening to the ramblings of a homeless man for the seventh time today, we ascend sharply up the mountain, filled with a new sense of motivation and purpose, further and greatly emphasized by the hilarious string.
Was that cave that gay people walk into? Was that the title of the cave? I mean, maybe. Yeah.
Of Looney Tunes obstacles.
Seattle. I mean,
oh my
Seattle
god!
so gas.
It's the best fight in the entire game.
That didn't even phase me. I think it was the gay thing that phased me.
The 15th dragon. I'm so grateful they put this here instead of anything else. Fleeing further upwards, surpassing the realm of geographical possibility, we are carried beyond the height of anything seen until now, to a path covered in naught but rugged rocks and ridiculously violent weather.
Why is the sky on fire?
It's a gender reveal party. Before finally rising to the mighty summit of the Jagged Peak, where we will await the entrance of a mighty foe.
Curse you, Bale!
Here he
I
is.
hereby vow you will rue this day, for we have come to hunt thee, Bale. Your fears made flesh.
So cool.
Riddle with holes your rotten eye, with a hail of harpoons, with every last drop of my
absolute cinema.
Am I even supposed to be here? Here we are finally fighting Bale the Dread, Twisted King of the Jagged Mountain, or more accurately, watching Egon fight Bale for us. And he's doing a really good job so far. Now, if you weren't already disregarding me as an accurate guide, then let this fight be a lesson to you, because you are definitely not supposed to win this yet, and I definitely don't care. Genuinely just log this guy for like 4 hours straight.
Miyazaki wants the epileptics in the audience to just die in real life.
Bale the Dragon has a dreadful arsenal of attacks, each one requiring their own reactions and responses, with a consistently small margin of error that will keep you guessing for a very long boss fight, and some of the funniest damage that a nuclear weapon is capable of, including but not limited to swipe attacks, grab attacks, extremist attacks, and a significant amount of the color orange, making for a battle that is as beautifully chaotic as it is violently explosive. Because Lord knows this boss fight has plenty of that.
You shall know fear yet.
Egon, can you, like, shut the fuck up soon? This battle truly feels like an epic hunt against the likes of a terrifying beast, with a mesmerizing barrage of blows whose haunting splendor can only be matched by their daunting power, especially when the majority of attacks take out half of my health bar. They got everything right in regards to both presentation and gameplay, but what I didn't anticipate was that they expect the same out of you, putting our patience to the ultimate test while making for a challenge that is so good I forgot that I handicapped myself. You know what, Egon? You can have this one. To put it simply, each moment spent with Bale the Dread is a thrilling dance between life and death, filled to the brim with the desolation of bitter defeat alongside the thrill of glorious victory. And I made sure to enjoy every single second of it as long as it fucking takes.
Awesome. Dude, this editing is insane, man. It's kind of almost like Final Fantasy, almost. It's giving me that vibe when the frames happen. Dragon slain. Epilepsy warning, chat.
That took me 20 hours to make. Hey there, guys, Max0r here.
No, 20 hours for 34 minutes? That sounds about right for a Max0r video, actually.
Big fan of the concept of music.
I believe it.
And as a result of the deal that I made with a wizard, I am morally obligated to alert you that the song you just heard, and this song, was all made by a special artist and friend of the channel, Cthulhu Seeker. That is a crazy composer name.
Someone made that? I thought it was part... Chat, I thought it was part of someone else's game. I'm not gonna lie, because he likes to use other people's games music into like his videos, which is I find normal, like that's fine. But that's so cool. It's remixed, but still, if it's a remix, that means you have to combine even your own original music if it's a remix. Yeah, that's so cool.
Who primarily makes covers that sound like sex with Jesus feels.
Yes, with cover.
How is this legal to use? And if you happen to be a fan of a game called Elden Ring, which, you know, maybe, then you may be interested in his entire album of synthwave covers specifically for this game, on an actual vinyl record and cassette tape available in the description store now. Please buy it. It would sound really good if I owned anything. Also, he recently did the exact same thing for an obscure game called Dark Souls 3. So if you're a fan of the music in this video, and also 2 previous videos, take a look at Cthulhu Seeker. His stuff can be found in the description.
That's sick, man. People discredit remixing a lot. It takes so much effort.
So after defeating the vile, loathsome Bale on behalf of the now vaporized Captain Ahab, we move on through the Speargrave Plains once again, continuing across the Great Bridge to the Grand Castle of Ensis. They're very nice people if you get to know them. An impressive and imposing structure standing in the path of the Shadow Keep beyond. And also where I was supposed to go in the first place, but for real this time. Very easy to get distracted in this game.
I don't blame you. I have ADHD as well.
Castle Ensis is a bit of a weird location, and a great way to tell new players that it is time to stop playing now, featuring many twists and turns with the distinct architectural vibes of the once populated Academy of Raya Lucaria, the fate of which I am not currently aware of. except this time featuring so many impaled corpses that it began to destroy my computer. And the 15 particle effect throwers are not fucking helping right now. Here we can acquaint ourselves with the numerous cracked out enemies strewn about these puzzling paths, as well as the population of the starving dog pit. Every single castle has to have one. Making note of its many nuances, right before those nuances, make note of us. I swear to God this guy can be the final boss of this game. You know, I would normally say that this place is pretty cool, but then I found out that they were Redditors. So unfortunately, I have resigned myself to kill everyone inside this goddamn castle, and then move on to the next logical target, erratically moving onwards in the vague direction of the exit, and acquainting ourselves with the classical carrion hospitality. Only I am allowed to heal. That is illegal. We ascend to the very center of the Dread Fortress, and consequently to the formidable Twin Moon Knight.
Before we start the sequence, I have to interject for a minute. I watched Savix, I'm pretty sure, bash his face into the wall trying to kill this boss for like 6 hours. Dude, this fight is insane. It was like 6 hours, wasn't it? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it was really long. Like, he got stuck on it. Dude.
Relana Twin Moon Knight is the very confusingly named Rude Awakening for players of all strides who, in their hubris and pride, thought they would be able to experience the game they bought. Bet you're feeling pretty silly right now. This boss has every single trait that you could possibly consider difficult, with extreme aggression, incredible mobility, an astonishing amount of variation, and to top it all off, just enough magic to make you feel uncomfortable. Meticulously designed in every aspect to induce an instinctive, primordial panic response, and then immediately punish you for it, with the majority of attacks ending with an optional combo extension, which itself can also be extended, so on and so forth. Like, holy shit dude, please relax for a second, proving definitively that the most threatening bosses in the game are not dragons, giants, or lions, but are in fact 9-foot-tall women.
I would argue Malenia is easier because you can memorize her patterns easier. With Relana, I keep saying Relana, the ending, because she hesitates for a moment, you think you can go for her, and then she fucks you in the ass. Like, I just can't, man. When you get waterfouled like 5 times in a row, and then finally she stops on the 6th, it's like you can get like some shots in with Relana. You just can't. Like, you have to hesitate, and that moment of hesitation is what fucks you.
What did Miyazaki mean by this? Sorry about what happened to your sister, by the way, and your nieces. The divorce really hit this family hard. So after a long series of lessons on how not to be so terrible, Relana finally enters phase 2 by buffing herself.
Malenia is easier than her. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I personally think Malenia is easier because she's more telegraphed. She's not as telegraphed just because of the hesitation. Once you learn how to dodge waterfowl, it's kind of a joke. Not gonna lie. It does take a while, though. Yeah, Malenia is also slower. Yeah, she is.
Which, on top of giving her an excessive amount of fiery fury and magic mavings, enables her to use her ultimate signature carrion sorcery. Her massive balls.
The moon balls.
Yeah, so this fight's gonna take me a second. I have never had so much fun getting obliterated.
She's a pain, for sure. Damn. If you're patient, I don't know, she's probably pretty okay. So cool. And she has my colors, chat. That's why I like her a lot, even though I hate her. She's got a frosty ball. Frost moon ball. Yeah. Skadoosh.
So, you've made it after all. Then I welcome you most dearly to the land of Shadow Altus.
Skadoo.
Golden, beautiful, and yet eternally marked by our sin. Look over there, Pookie Bear.
Please stop saying that.
To the north lies a fortress known as the Shadow Keep, an oppressive, towering citadel of a war long won.
Wow.
Or long lost. Though, were it not for the charm that kindly Mikola has placed upon me, I too would rip your heart out and kill you.
Please do.
What?
It is how I show affection, honey. Your objective, as is mine, is to enter the confines of the Black Keep, climbing its tallest palisades and reaching the very heart of darkness.
Oh my god, this should have been the final boss,
the
man.
Impaler lies in its darkest goon cave, waiting for the embrace
She broke character.
of a mother who will never return.
Okay.
He is what is required for us to reach, kindly Mikola. For us to witness the power of a living god. For us to finally officiate our marriage.
Excuse me, lady?
Kindly Mikola was thee who shipped us tarnished. It must happen. You cannot fix me. And I want at least 12
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna
children whose names
work on
will
the keep
start
thing
with
now.
the
It's
letter
crazy! It's Kadoosh. Altus.
Welcome, everyone, to the scarred and radiant landscape of Skadu. Skadu, it's pronounced Shadow Altus. A beautiful
This is
domain of
Kadoosh.
golden glades and
easier.
fortifying hollows, punctuated occasionally by the gigantic bear attacks. Because we have done a very
Hate
bad job
bears.
of preventing forest fires. A place well
Bears
kept within
eating
the shadows
meats.
of the Shadow Keep. And most importantly, fabled home of the ancient and revered technique of beating the shit out of people with your bare hands. And no, I
Dude,
do not
that's
mean
sick.
the actual bare hands. That is different, apparently. I would genuinely be embarrassed.
Isn't there 2 bear bosses? I think there is, isn't there? There's one here, and then there's another one later on. I'm not sure. My memory's kind of foggy.
I was killed by
bosses.
this. Like, imagine dying to a bear.
A dark circle won't stop that monster! I'm running for my life!
Heading to the north, we come across this secret cave, leading us to a secret path, very, very far to the east, to the extent that it is disturbing.
Oh, it's the Bowman.
Before finally reaching the
Poggers.
headwaters of the Scorpion River, which is seemingly called that for no particular reason. This is the most horrifying thing I've seen in my life. And is
Jesus,
home to a
dude.
fan-favorite selection of enemies here on tour from the
I hate
charming
those,
land of
man. I
Galen.
hate them. My least favorite mobs.
Yes, it's the cum shrimp.
Yeah, it's
Just
the cum
don't
shrimps.
go to the
They can
Scorpion
range
River.
attack
And
you.
definitely don't go to the funny Deathblight catacombs that were extremely bugged in co-op.
Oh, you gotta be.
Oh my fucking god. Bro is not okay.
Let's do this.
What the fuck? Squidward,
What
if
the
you get
frick?
blasted, we are going to die.
What makes you say that?
You guys are freaking out over nothing. What the hell you gotta be afraid of in here?
Thanks, Max.
Always happy to help, buddy.
Spooky,
Shadow Altus
scary
is home
skeleton.
to many a mysterious location, with some of the highlights including such scenes as the big fort with a giant dead body pit. But to get to my favorite location in these luminous landscapes, we must head below the buried ruins of Morth and emerge deep within the confines of the very normal village with a minor obsession with arts and crafts, second only to their obsession with sharpening their tools as much
Oh, I
as
like that
humanly possible.
PP thing.
Watch, he's gonna do it again. There he
Gosh.
goes. Oh,
What's her
there he goes again. Okay, he's getting some space. Why? Sharpening the sword.
He's not the sharpest tool in the
Give him
shed,
some
but he's gonna make
space,
sure
man.
his sword is.
Gotta love me some of that lore-accurate kitchenware. So after a few minutes of watching a bunch of naked men straight up jork it, we follow the bridge northwards through the darkest forest in all of Skadu Altus, dodging a series of
Skadoosh.
familiar encounters before finally finding ourselves approaching the cathedral of Manus Meter. So here we have a wonderful selection of NPC companions, such as the mentally stable man, who, if you so choose, leads you down an unsettling questline whose purpose is to reveal the
Fingerland.
secret truth hidden just beyond the stars, eventually unveiling the dark underlying reality sitting within the very heart of the deformed finger dimension.
Here
What
we
the
go.
fuck are they putting in Japan's drinking water? We also have this cool guy named He's Sauron. It's literally just Sauron.
It does look like
how am I
Sauron,
supposed to
you're
take this
right.
seriously? So after our incredible meeting with the Finger family final boss, we decide to head to the north of Skadualtis, riding through the ominous
Ooh,
black
glazed
gates
over
and
that
into the
one,
very long tunnel, before finally emerging within the confines of the Shadow Keep. Dark fortress of eternal occupation, oppressive hold of Messmer the
finger
Impaler,
butthole.
and specifically the very bottom of the Shadow Keep. This is just like a genuinely massive game. Like, can I have my life back, please?
No.
Now, Shadowkeep is actually accessible from two completely different angles. The side entrance, beginning in the Church District, leads both high above this tower's soaring walls and down below to a variety of beautiful and diverse ways to die, each of which I will be returning to when I remember to do them. And the main entrance, starting with a steep ascent, leads us into the depths of the Citadel itself. But in order to access this rambunctious route, we have to first prove ourselves against the randomly placed Hippo exhibit, because no evil fortress is complete without one.
Oh. Oh, what?
It's a hippo!
Yeah, they just keep the Hippo in the basketball court, dude.
Oh, never mind. It's Supersonic the Hedgehog.
As you can probably tell by this point, Shadowkeep is not so much of a fortress or castle, as much as it is an insane version of Lanedale. And that was an entire metropolitan area, with numerous complex interconnected paths leading both outside the castle and within. And outside the castle, and within again. It's really hard to tell if you're getting lost.
Dude. Lanedale was good,
Welcome
though.
to the evil place where all of the bad people live, as opposed to Skadualtis, which only contains very nice people in it. Here we can familiarize ourselves with Shadowkeep's many distinct locations, and subsequently its very distinct residents, which can range
here
from a
we
series
go.
of unique and
We're
challenging
getting in
fire
there.
knights, all the way over to the paraplegic
Show the
gravity
Messmer
wizard riding a pig,
Messmer.
which I thought was a pretty fun fight, and would be even more enjoyable if I remembered how I got here. Every single copy of Elden Ring is personalized, and this one is trying to give me a stroke. Miyazaki intended for him to move at that speed. It is just part of the game.
Dude, he just like Radon like dive. It's so sick, man.
Rolling further onward at an appropriate speed, we progress further into the Black
Atrocious
Bastion by
boss,
ascending into
yeah.
the Specimen Storehouse, an amazing and aloft archive containing all of the charismatic megafauna that Messmer the Impaler was very nice to, which is why everyone in Bellerot was so welcoming to me. This area is extremely confusing, almost as confusing as my video structure, with some paths guiding us high above this looming library, eventually culminating in the discovery of a secret elevator, one that takes us all the way back down to Skadualtis again.
Skadoosh, we're back
So
already?
that's how I got here. While others lead to some incredibly important lore revelations.
Tarnished, you're finally here. I have a secret plot twist to tell you that will surely have great
God damn it,
story
not you guys.
implications.
no.
I just want to have a conversation, man.
Surrounding the late Lord Mode.
How were this many people following me? I believe you for this.
That's what happens when you run through, dummy! Gotta kill them all.
This is it, guys. This is the joke that I've been setting up the entire video. It's time for us to climb the giant feat. This is a mandatory part of the level.
one.
Miyazaki wanted this for you.
Why are you laughing?
That guy, I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, believe that he has a foot fetish. Has he confirmed that, or is it like, is that like a conspiracy? Chat. You don't need to confirm that. No, I want to hear from his mouth, you know? Like, it's not a conspiracy. Come on, man. Look at those grippers. Why does the lion have grippers? Is that really necessary?
Max?
Oh, you don't want to know, man. It is a From Software secret. Okay, so it turns out that the bats can't actually hit you so long as you remain in the fetal position. The only problem with this strategy is that you can never escape. This is just my life now. Hot jump scare. Therapy isn't enough, man. He needs to be shot.
Oh, I hate those.
Thou art tarnished, it seemeth.
I'm a snake.
Please don't pay attention.
Who are you?
I'm a snake.
See, you did it again. I don't like that.
Stop it, Bow!
If one
Bow.
so bereft of light must know the name of his demise, then let it be so. For in the words of Mother America was my crusade ordained. Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death.
Insane, man.
In the embrace of Messmer's flame.
Hands up, chat.
Messmer the Impaler, Grim King of the Shadowlands, and the world's most unfortunate incel, trapped in the darkness of his Goon Cave, is here to show us that those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Messmer's flame. Or so he tells us every single time we die to him. And at this point he seems kind of bored of it. This is the only major boss fight in the game where the first phase is harder than the second, with most of his moves acting as very thorough explanations. Autism be damned, my man can cook a fucking shish kebab. You see, on a fundamental level, Messmer is both extremely simple and quite complicated. Simple in that we are fighting a straightforward duel with an intuitive yet rapid moveset, and complicated in that every single attack is its own unique psychological torment, demanding and necessitating a great deal of discipline, where even the slightest hint of panic immediately results in death. This guy just—
And this is why Asmund also struggled on this boss until someone told him, put on the wall. You have to be patient and you can't panic. You can't panic if you're a wall, chat. If you're a wall, you can withstand it.
Does not know when to stop. It is actually getting funny at this point. Almost always engaging us in extremely long combos where every other attack is laced with gunpowder.
Insane.
But if the player is able to dodge his excessive onslaught, Messmer offers generous and ample openings, sometimes in the middle of mix-ups, before winding up another flurry and beginning the process all over again. Which is, of course, assuming that the combo is actually going to end. Messmer, you need to put that snake away. There are children here.
I'm a snake.
Shut the fuck up! With hilarious belligerence and range that is not to be underestimated, combined with a large and varying skill set, this boss makes for a fight that is as beautifully fun as it is incredibly sleek. Messmer has the oppression of Renala, the spectacle of Bale, the good looks and charm of Rykard, and the smoothness of Radigan, all coming together in this one ridiculous battle that I genuinely cannot stop.
When you get Radigan down with the hammer because of the timing, it's so fun. But before that,
No,
he
seriously,
sucks.
I would like to beat him now. Combining to make for an outstanding game of skill with a great deal to love and one very good reason to hate.
No. This can't be happening. I suffered hundreds of years to be king of ashes.
Oh my god.
If I must be forsaken so, then forgive me this one indulgence.
Oh my god. Chills. Yeah! Oh, he's going Super Saiyan.
Soon tarnished, wilt thou
She's a snake.
be taken in the jaws
A snake.
of the abyssal serpent, shorn of light.
So cool.
Over and over again.
Even faster, Chad. Even faster. So cool. Yay! Dang, dang, dang. He got him! Easy clappers. Where's this song from, man? Arcanites. Fuck, man. I've heard it before, yeah. Near? No, I think it's... No, I haven't played Arcanites. I've just heard it before. It's a very nice track. Yeah. No, I'm not. I didn't play it. Real pretty. Charmin Village. Ooh. My baby.
I'm maybe halfway through the DLC.
You need to make another video, man. God damn! Yes! And the bell! So cool, man. I'm a snake! I'm a snake. Wow! Dude, it took him, what, he said halfway, it took him, what, 20 hours? Yeah. So that was probably like 40 hours plus, probably, for the entire thing. And we blasted through that in an hour. Just doing the Bale fight took him 20 hours. Oh, that's what you meant! Oh my god. The entire fight for Bale took 20 hours. See, I don't even understand that at that capacity. I don't edit. That's insane. Chat, check them out. Max0r. Very cool. Check out the voice actors. Yeah. Max0r never misses. True. Chat. Oh, there you go. Boom. That was really enjoyable. 20-hour fight. I know. 20 hours to edit it all together. Probably rendering? I don't know, but... His goal is to edit 30 seconds of footage a day. Yeah, we watched the video before this one they made. Yep. Very nice.